Welcome to She's All In, the podcast for ambitious women ready to elevate their lives. Brought to you by the She Wins community. This show dives into all things self-development, women's empowerment, wealth building, and manifesting success. Join us for engaging conversations with inspiring guests, real talk on unlocking your limitless potential, embracing your purpose, and creating the life you deserve. Whether you're a CEO, a mom, a dreamer, or simply on your journey to greatness, She's All In is your space to grow, connect, and thrive. Let's step into our power, ladies, and win together, one episode at a time. Hey y'all, welcome back to another episode of She's All In podcast. Here is where we ignite inspiration in women. So I'm your host, Lakisha Greene, and I'm here with my girl, Mel.
Hey guys, hey.
So today I'm excited to dive into this conversation about wholeness and healing. Wholeness and healing, because wholeness is not a trend.
Oh no, it's not.
No. It is not a trend.
And we got a word for the people today.
Yes, we have a whole word. We are talking about what it is to truly heal and to be made whole.
Oh, yes.
Okay. And Mel is going to lead us in podcast today.
Okay, yes. Hey, y'all. I'm excited to be on the podcast another week.
Yes.
So, yes, let's just get into it. Healing. You know, healing, to be honest, is not a Band-Aid version. Because a lot of the times we think because we feel better, we have healed. But a lot of times that's a Band-Aid. So healing isn't just recovery. It's really about the restoration of your entire identity. See, recovery just means something bad happened and now, you know, I got to bounce back. I got to get back to the old
absolutely.
Me. You know, I got to get back. I'm in my bounce back season, you know.
Yeah.
But then when you go through a phase of restoration where God is fully restoring you, that means that you are being returned to your original design, the version of you that was whole before the betrayal would try to break you, the abandonment, before the world taught you to shrink. And so this is the kind of healing that doesn't just be the Band-Aid or just patch the wounds. It reclaims the you that God originally intended. Yes. So that's another thing that we need to think about. Do I just feel better? Or am I in recovery?
Yes.
Or am I really being restored? Because when you heal, you're not just moving past what hurt you. You're remembering who you were before the hurt defined you. And trauma sometimes will try to rewire your identity. But healing rewrites the narrative back to the divine origin.
Absolutely.
What do you think about that?
And you know what? I think that it's a lot of clarity. And I think, too, that some people may not know what it is to really heal. And I think that, like, that's the question.
Yeah.
You know, when we're talking about healing, like, what does it truly mean?
Yes.
What does it truly mean to heal?
Yes.
You know? So I feel like that's something that we need to most definitely clarify.
Because, you know, the thing about it is, it's not a one-time prayer.
It's not.
It's not even a one-time therapy session. People be like, well, I'm in therapy. You know, I went to therapy one time. No, it's a daily return.
Absolutely.
Daily deciding to the truth of who you are.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And I feel like when you're in a process of healing, it leads to wholeness.
Yes.
You know what this wholeness really means. I feel like wholeness it's not perfection.
No, it's not.
It's not looking like having it all together on social media. Or just a day-to-day. You know, having it all together on the outside. You know, like you said, it's a return to your authentic self, emotionally, spiritually, mentally.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? Like you really have to show up to do the work. And it's not an overnight thing.
No, it's not. It's not an overnight work because we have programming and conditioning that is embedded in us that we have to recode, you know?
Yeah.
And you know, to piggyback off of what you said about wholeness, when we say wholeness, that is about choosing again and again and again and again and over again when shame comes up, when fear comes up, when your past trauma comes up.
Exactly.
When that fear tries to speak louder than the truth of who you really are. It's really about having that discipline, that spiritual discipline. It's the repetition in it.
Yes.
That's really, that brings you back, the remembrance of it, that brings you back to who you truly are.
Yeah.
Because, I mean, to be honest, life be lifing. We always say that on here.
We always say that.
We're going to be real.
No, for real.
We're going to be real.
Because we are not perfect and we go through things. So life do be lifing sometimes.
And every single day, something's going to try to convince you that you are not enough.
Absolutely.
And every single day, you got to choose to return to your source. I am loved. I am whole. I am chosen. I am equipped. I am enough. You have to.
Whatever your resource is, you have to tap into it. This is going to give you a constant reminder.
Yeah.
You know, and just healing is a process. So is this something that, like, what have you had to take the time to heal from?
Oh my goodness. Okay, let me think. What have I had to take the time to heal from? Well, you know what? I think I kind of like shared this on the last episode, but I shared it again. I've had to heal from my worth and my value and my enoughness being tied to an accomplishment.
Okay. Yeah.
You know?
I can see that.
Because the thing about it is that is very much rooted in performance, validation, and approval.
Right.
And you know, a lot of us go through that. I'm the oldest of 10. And I had a lot of responsibility on my shoulders.
Yeah.
When I was 8 years old, I was responsible for everybody. My mom had to work overnight in a nursing home. My dad was gone. Okay. So I was left responsible to look after.
Yeah.
You know, so it was constantly, that was embedded in me that I needed to have that approval. I needed to have that validation. I needed to have that responsibility.
Right.
I carried a lot on my shoulders as a young child. So as I got up into my older identity, teenage, young adult, grown adult, married adult, you know, it's like we have this programming and we have these narratives that we continue to carry, these identities that we build that tries to say who we are. And it's not who we are at our core. We have to know that without the titles, without the accomplishments, without all of this, I'm just enough because God said I was. Exactly. Period.
Yep.
I'm just period.
He already said you enough. So you don't need to seek validation from nowhere. No outside source, nothing.
No.
You're already enough. Exactly.
Period. You know?
And saying you know, you're already reminding yourself about you're already enough. It may seem so cliche, but it's like, it's a real thing.
It is. You got to.
It is a real thing. You have to do it. You have to remind yourself that you're not enough. You are enough.
And when you're really going through your healing phase, what's happening underneath the surface is you are reprogramming your nervous system to feel safe.
Yes.
To be seen, to be soft, to be you.
Listen,
it's the alignment,
and we didn't say it in our last podcast. We in our soft girl era.
Yes, we are.
Truly and faithfully in our soft girl era. Yes, we are.
You know, so it's really about that reprogramming. Because you know the thing about it is I'm reading this book that's called The Body. I think it's called The Body Keeps Count.
Okay.
Yeah, The Body Keeps Count. The Body Keeps Score.
Oh yeah, I see it.
The Body Keeps Score. And what that means is that our body remembers trauma and it holds it in our body. So sometimes as we're going through our healing phase and just becoming a better version of ourselves, our body is still holding on to the memory of pain. And so it's like we also have to seek that healness within our body.
Absolutely. Yeah. Because I've been through that before. Yeah. I've been through that like with growing up, you know, a lot of things that happened in my household growing up, and as an adult, you know, it's like I had a lot of resentment. I had a lot of resentment against my mom and my dad. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Just, you know, I blame this on you. You know what I'm saying? And I went through that for a long period of time, just asking, like, or just not even more so, just asking, just seeking clarity of why did this happen, or why did you allow this to happen? So when you're trying to seek clarity from certain things, you have to understand that even if you don't receive the clarification, you still have to do the work yourself in order for you to heal. You know what I'm saying? So it's a lot of things I have battled with, especially for, you know, like what my siblings had went through, or the trauma that we had went through. You know what I'm saying? And sometimes, and some people may have childhood trauma, and it does affect them in adulthood, you know, adult lifetime. You know what I'm saying? So it affected me in a way that it caused me to become distant between my mom and my dad.
I got you.
You know what I'm saying? Like, because I'm still thinking, like, why did you allow this to happen? You know what I'm saying? Just still can't understand the why behind it. You know what I'm saying? Because, you know, like, I think we talked about this in the last podcast, or it might be the podcast before that. Yeah. About when things happen in the household, how things are swept up under the rug.
Absolutely.
Because they're not, you know, whatever happened is in his home, stays in his home type of situation. But then, too, when it start affecting people that are in the home, it's just like, how do we fix this?
Yes.
If you're not allowed to talk about it.
If you're not allowed to talk about it.
You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So just growing up and just having that resentment. But once I started having my own children, I vowed to do better. Because I knew how I felt when I was in certain situations. So I said I would never allow my children to be in certain situations because I know how it felt. For me to be there.
Yeah. Your body was remembering it.
Right.
Yep. Yeah.
So, but then too,
I love that.
I had to learn to forgive my dad. I had to learn how to forgive my mother. And which was crazy because of my mom, me and my siblings had to become my mom's caretaker before she passed away. Okay. So she went on hospice. And then, you know, I'm doing caretaking, you know, or whatever. And then my mom's boyfriend at the time had came to me and was like, I know with some resentment there. Me and my mom, we were always close, but we still had some underlying things that I felt like should have been talked about. But at this point, we don't need to talk about it. But like at some point in my life, it should have been talked about. You know what I'm saying? But it was just like I had to. He came to me and was like, whatever it is that you and your mom are going through, you need to let it. It's time to let it go.
Oh wow,
that's time to let it go. So I'm just like, and it was. I love my mom to pieces. You know what I mean? That was my girl. You know, but we had underlying issues. You know how you sit and you think about things that have happened in the past, and it's just like, why? You know what I mean? Like, and it's this, I could never understand why. I never really got the answer why. But it's just like, as a grown adult with children, I have to know that I have to do better with my children.
Yes.
I have to make sure I have an open door policy. I have to make sure, you know, do things correctly. Because at the end of the day, I honestly really feel like our parents only taught us what they were taught.
Yeah, they're doing it. And they was really doing the best they can. With the awareness that they had, with the information that they had.
Absolutely.
And this is why it's so important to break the generational curse.
You have to break generational curse.
Because you will unknowingly continue to pass the trauma down from generation to generation.
Yes.
And it's like about me deciding, you deciding, y'all deciding that's listening to this podcast. I want to be the trailblazer.
That part.
And I want to be the chain breaker.
Absolutely.
You know what I'm saying? It's like, you know.
And I know that I had to show up and do the work for myself.
Yeah.
So, you know, and I know my mom, and I knew my mother, and I wanted to be there every single day, and I was.
Yeah. And
every single day. All it was my mom passed away. Yeah. And, you know, just knowing that, I wanted her to know that we loved her and we appreciated her. Yeah. No matter what. My mom was she was always a strong woman. I always seen her strong. I never seen her weak. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? So at the time when she said she was tired, that's when I knew she was tired. My mom never said she was tired to me. But just the fact of me understanding that she did what she was taught to do. And I loved her for every single thing. Yes. I love her for all things. And two, as an adulthood and a conversation I had to have with my dad, until now my dad is still living. I had to have an adult conversation with my father now of let's rekindle our relationship, but let's talk about what we need to talk about first. Absolutely. Before we move forward, so we have a better understanding and a level of respect for each other. Yeah. It's no love lost, but I'm an adult now, so let's talk about this. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. And I wanted my children, of course, to know my father and to know my family and things like that. So it's just like healing is a process, and forgiveness is so important. You know what I mean? And
it is.
healing isn't linear. It's really layered. It's
it's so layered. Oh,
it's so layered.
It's deep. Oh my God, the roots.
So many layers. And it's just like, and that's why it's so important while you're in the process of building trust and learning about forgiveness and forgiving and just being okay with yourself. It's just, you have to practice, you have to set boundaries.
I love that.
You have to set super big boundaries because triggers happen. Triggers happen, and it doesn't have to be triggered with anything in your family. It can be a friend. It can be somebody who did something to you that was done to you in the past, but they're doing it to you now in the present. So it's a trigger.
Yeah.
Because you have no idea about what I went through.
Yes.
But now you're doing things, it's like, it's a trigger. Now, it's like you're looking at them like, ugh. Now I feel like I'm back into the same circle again. The same cycle again. So it's like, you really have to heal. You really have to take time to heal. You have to know what you're healing from.
Yeah.
You need that clarity.
And the thing about it is, I resonate with that so much because there was a scripture that I had to live and stick by. And it was Proverbs 4:23. Guard your heart, for it is the wellspring of life. And that means that boundaries are a form of guarding what God gave you.
Yeah.
Because when we're talking about healing and walking into wholeness, we have to stop giving our power away to every critic, every trigger, every wound, every.
Absolutely.
We got to stop doing it, because you know what it becomes? It becomes what I like to call a leaking soul.
Listen.
When you're living continuously in reaction to the old pain. When you're just drained. Not because you're weak, but because you're leaking energy into the unhealed places. Listen. So this is why we have to guard our hearts. And it's so crazy
that you said that because I literally have right here, stop leaking purpose.
Oh, wow.
Stop leaking purpose. Yep. Like literally. That's crazy.
You have to. You have to guard your heart.
Yes.
You have to guard your heart because your identity does not have to collapse every time you are misunderstood or every time you rejected
at all.
We don't gotta fall apart. No.
And that's why it's so important to really take the time to heal. And I know you have some people out here that they have it all together.
Yeah.
They don't do no wrong by nobody. You know what I'm saying? And if you know you have triggers or you've been through some things and it doesn't matter what it is, how small or how big it is, but if it affects you in any type of way, then you really need to work on that healing process. You need to work on that forgiveness. You have to really dive into the journey of healing because once we heal, we become whole. We become whole.
Yeah.
It really does. It become whole. And it's just like you have to just really pay attention to your triggers.
You have to. And then the thing about it is kind of like piggybacking off of what you said about your mom when you was like, I never seen her weak.
I've never seen her weak.
And that's because we are conditioned to be the strong one.
Yeah. Yep.
But we have to also let ourselves fall apart in a safe space.
We do. And I had to learn that. And you know what? I had to learn that. Y'all listen, I had to learn that because I've been around so many strong women that I don't know what it looked like. What it looks like to be weak. The only time I seen my grandmother weak is when she was really sick and she was at her deathbed. The only time I seen my mom weak is when she was really sick and she said that she was tired and she's just done. And she was at her deathbed when she said that.
Yeah.
The only time I had seen the strongest woman around me be weak. And I had to learn.
On a deathbed, though. You know what I'm saying? That's how it be.
Exactly. Wow. I had to learn that. Because I'm a strong person. So I had to learn that sometimes it's okay to cry. It's okay to seek help. It's okay. Because sometimes when some people may ask me, am I okay? But if you hug me, I will break to my freaking knees.
Over to a shambles. Knees on the floor. Child.
On the floor. Do you hear what I say?
Yep.
So it's just, I'm okay because I know how to deal with my emotions, or not even my emotions, just dealing with the things that I've had to deal with throughout life. but just, okay, but I still have to show up for everybody. Still show up for everybody else. But I'm still working on this. I'm still working on that. And I think we mentioned this in the last podcast too, where at a certain point in my life, I had to step away from a lot of things and to really work on me. And the worst thing to do is that when you step away from something or anything just for you to get clarity or for you to have personal time with yourself, for you to heal or for you to work on your becoming or whatever it is, when you step away from something and something that's supposed to be your foundation or friends or whatever it is, they no longer want to have to deal with you because you're in a process of, hey, I need a moment.
Yeah. Yep.
Listen, one thing about me, I will always remember who's been there for me.
Yes.
And I will always remember that because I'm somebody who shows up for everybody.
I guess you are.
So at my moment that I had to step away for a second, because I needed a time, I needed time for healing. I needed time to figure things out in life. I needed space. I needed to create a safe space for me and my family. And you dismissed me. I will always remember who walked away from me when I needed help.
Yeah.
Because it's something you just don't do.
No, you don't.
You don't do. And that goes to show who's genuine and who's not.
Because you need to have a place where you can unravel.
A safe
Instead
space.
of always carrying the weight of the one who's always okay. You have to have that place, you know?
Right.
Sometimes you gotta release the need to be the fixer, the rock.
Yes.
The go-to for everybody else.
Listen.
And give yourself the compassion to keep, sometimes we just pouring.
Girl.
But sometimes we need to be held.
That part.
We need to be held.
And that's why I love my home so much, because my home and my family is my safe space.
Yes.
I can literally just sit and I was sitting in my yard and just really thinking about things and just really, just observing my life and looking over certain things. And it's just like, sometimes you have to reevaluate your life and think about who deserves to be in it and who does not.
You know what? You know what scripture came to me? Y'all know that scripture in the Bible to be like, Jesus wept. That's it's like the shortest scripture in the Bible.
Right.
Jesus wept. But the thing about it is, that was your point of vulnerability. When you went into the garden to pray and you came back and you were saying, y'all couldn't even roll with me for an hour. That was that was Jesus saying, I'm tired of being a strong one.
Yeah.
I need a place to unravel. I'm going through it, sweating blood, sweating tears. Like, I'm just sweating. You been telling me y'all couldn't hold me down for an hour?
For an hour.
So even Jesus was like, I've been leading y'all, I'm being the strong one. I think I need a second. Let me unravel. So this lets you know, the human beings, we as women, we have to have that safe space to unravel. We have to. Yeah.
Absolutely. And so I have this affirmation. And it says, I am whole. I am healing. I am worthy of peace and purpose.
Yes.
So I'm going to say it again, ladies. I'm going to need y'all to write it down, because I told y'all the last time y'all need to have a journal.
Yeah, you need to. Yeah.
Y'all need to have a journal, because we're going to start giving y'all assignments and affirmations and things, and we want you to really keep it, okay? I am whole. I am healing. I am worthy of peace and purpose.
Write it down.
And when I seen this, it stuck to me. And it's just,
I'm worthy of peace and purpose.
Yes, I am.
And then the thing about it is, let me go ahead on. So why you got your pen out? Okay, go ahead and write this down. Jeremiah 30:17. It says, "I will restore you at the root, and I will heal your wounds."
That's good. I like that.
Jeremiah 30:17.
Yes.
So y'all got this. We got this.
Yes.
We have to keep healing. We have to. And it's not about perfection, like how you said. It is a conscious decision every single day where you choose and decide that I am not the trauma, I am not the pain, I am not the narrative, and I am not the story. And you choose a new identity every single day.
Absolutely. And just remember, wholeness isn't something you chase, it's something you claim.
Yes.
Healing does take time. Please understand that. And you cannot rush the process. Trust the process. But every step that you do take is very sacred.
Very sacred.
You don't have to have everybody in your safe space while you're in a process of healing.
Right.
Some things just need to be left between you, God, your therapist, or somebody that you feel safe, trusted somebody that you feel
Mm-hmm.
safe with.
Yeah.
So absolutely, ladies, yes.
This is really good.
This was really good. Because I honestly feel like this is a conversation that's relatable to everybody.
Yes.
Not just women, men too.
Mm-hmm.
You know, just becoming whole again. It's important. It could be the fact that you're bouncing back from losing a loved one. You know, you're dealing with anything that's personal that's keeping you bound from being able to evolve. And two, I just want everybody to know and understand that winning is not always about materialistic things.
No, it's not.
It's not.
I've won because I got up and kept my word to myself today.
That part.
I have did what I said I was going to do.
Yes.
That is a win too.
I wanted to clarify with y'all, when we talk about winning, we don't talk about gaining materialistic things. That's not what we do. We're most definitely talking about personal development, achieving, just overcoming, just, you know, not staying in the situation that have you bound. We're most definitely talking about personal growth, personal development.
Yeah.
You know, just becoming the woman that you need to be in order for you to grow and, you know, be successful in the next season of your life. And when I say successful, I'm talking about if you have a weight loss goal, if you achieve that goal, girl, you got it.
Yes.
You know, you said you wanted a new job, you did the work, you showed up, you did what you want to do, you got it. You know, just, you know, you in a bad situation, a bad relationship, and you chose to do what's best for you. You got up and you left out that thing.
Yeah.
So it's just, a win is however you look at it.
Yeah.
Winning is however you look at it.
Winning, success, all of that.
Absolutely.
Yep. It's however you look at it.
Yes.
Yep.
So please share this episode, ladies, with someone who most definitely needs to hear it. And thank y'all so much for tuning in. Be sure to follow us on YouTube at She Wins Community, and also follow us on Spotify at She's All In.
Yep.
Okay.
Love y'all.
Love y'all. Bye bye.